Lon Safko, co-author of the Social Media Bible, published by John Wiley & Sons, the most comprehensive book ever written on the subject of social media. And today we are here with George Strompolos, Content Partnerships Manager for Google at YouTube. And we'll be speaking today about YouTube, video sharing, and social media. That's why we're here. So, George, we're really glad to have you here today.
Thank you. It's good to be here, Lon.
This is great. Can you tell the listeners a little bit about who you are, your background, what you do at YouTube?
Sure. So, as you mentioned, I'm the Content Partnerships Manager here at YouTube. And that's really a fancy way of saying that I reach out to content creators and help them engage on YouTube and distribute their content and connect with audiences around the world. And so YouTube being an open platform, those content creators can take on many shapes and sizes. It could be someone as small as a video blogger producing videos in their bedroom, up to what we'd call a broadband studio or a digital studio, which creates original content just for internet distribution, all the way up to traditional media companies and premium content providers that we're all familiar with, like CBS and the National Basketball Association.
Wow, so you really cover the gamut.
We try to, yeah. There's a lot of videos out there.
Jeez. Well, just to get started, I don't think that there is actually anybody on the planet that doesn't know what YouTube is. But if there is someone living in a cave, can you explain a little bit about what YouTube is?
Sure. So at its core, YouTube is a website where people can upload videos to share them with the world. And it's also a great place to watch videos. It's actually an interesting fact that YouTube currently receives 13 hours of videos uploaded to the site every minute.
Oh.
And so that's just a mass amount of content being added for sharing. And so chances are, if you go to YouTube and you have anything at the top of your mind, you can search for it, and there's going to be an abundance of videos to sort of address that topic. And another kind of thing to take away is that over 1 billion videos are viewed on YouTube every day. So it's really kind of this juggernaut of entertainment and information sharing and social media, and actually a great community that has resulted as part of that. And basically at its core, it's video sharing.
Wow, those are staggering numbers. Those are absolutely amazing. And you mentioned this trusted network, this network of video sharers. What's the typical demographic? Who actually is using YouTube?
Actually, that's a good question. So I think we get characterized as a site where teenagers are watching videos of dogs on skateboards.
Yeah.
And, to be fair, there's a lot of that happening on YouTube. YouTube is so big and so great, though, that the people that are watching tend to spread across all demographics. It's really a pretty even bell curve. I've always found it interesting that we have approximately the same percentage of viewership under the age of 18 that we have over the age of 55.
Wow.
And I think it's really a testament to the infinite choice of content that we have. Sure, there are dogs on skateboards, and there are video bloggers, and there are teenagers discussing issues and fun sketch comedy things on the site. But there are also serious political discussions and lectures, and content from universities and filmmakers on the site too. So it's really touching all audiences.
And that's really true. I go to YouTube continuously for just about any subject matter. I saw the Saturday Night Live skit of Sarah Palin, and I also saw the debate from last night. So you can see comedy, and you can see real serious news.
Exactly right. I've been particularly excited that the full debates have been posted by C-SPAN on YouTube, so you can watch them in their entirety. Which is great, because I actually, wasn't able to catch the first presidential debate, but then later that night I sat down on YouTube and watched the whole thing. Yeah,
and I was kind of surprised. The full 1 hour and 32 minutes of it was actually posted there this morning.
Yeah, that's true. I should clarify, though, that if you go to YouTube today and create an account, your uploads will be capped at 10 minutes. We do that for a number of reasons, but, with our content partners, which C-SPAN is one of, we remove that cap. So they're able to upload a video which is clearly much past 10 minutes.
And that's a really good point. What actually is the business model? It sounds like you have the traditional freemium. You're allowed to use it for free with a 10-minute cap, but then you can kind of buy your way into other services?
Not quite buy your way into the services, but your first point is definitely correct. It is a free service. It's free to upload videos and it's free to watch videos. We don't have any immediate plans for sort of a paid download model, which some other platforms use today. We like to keep the videos free to watch, and that really keeps the content and the experience more fluid. What you'll find is that people upload videos to YouTube for different reasons. Some of them, just want to share pictures of their baby or something like that, or videos of their baby, or their vacation footage, and we certainly are happy to support that. However, it's becoming more and more common for amateur and professional content producers to really produce content for YouTube and make a living out of it. And the way they do that is they become a partner through my team, and also they have the ability to apply online at youtube.com/partners, and basically tell us, like, hey, we're producing original content, and not only do we want to share it with the world through YouTube, but we want to give you the ability to run ads against that content, and then we will share the majority of that ad revenue back to the content creator. So I call it a performance-based model. In other words, you can become a content partner, and if you upload a video and it gets 0 views, well, then there's clearly no ad revenue there, so nothing is being shared. But if you upload a video and it gets 1 million views, for instance, we put an ad there every single view. And so that ad revenue starts to accrue, and in many cases can become pretty significant for a lot of the content partners we have.
That's a really great idea. I never even really thought of YouTube actually partnering with the content providers, because you just think that you provide the service and everybody kind of free-for-alls it. But if you can actually control and work with the content providers to produce good content, and you can create some kind of a business model where they can actually benefit from it, then that really sounds like a win-win.
It is a win-win. One thing I'd like to clarify there, we do work closely with content providers. We're very clear, though, not to cross the line into creating or having a hand in the production of that content. It really is much more of a platform type of play. We like to say, like, here are some great tools, and here are the best, ways to share videos that we know of on the web, and a massive audience that's probably eager to watch your stuff. We'll give you the ability to use that as a commercial partner, but the content that you create is still up to you. We're not going to tell you to shorten your intro or to spice things up a little bit. That's really going to always be on the content creator, and that's probably a good thing too, because I've made some videos in my day and they're not very good.
Well, and I think by allowing them to have their own creative license, really you're setting yourself really up to show that you have integrity and that the content has integrity.
Absolutely right. And just in case you're curious, one other thing I'd like to add.
Please.
The signing of content partners and sharing an ad revenue is definitely core to our business. But in case you or any of the listeners out there are curious as to other ways that we generate revenue, we do a lot of other projects on YouTube, such as large marketing sort of sponsor-driven programs, like Battle of the Bands kind of things, or filmmaker contests. And those are typically things that are sponsored by major brands along the lines of Hewlett-Packard and Singular and Verizon Wireless, Guitar Center, etc. So we do generate revenue in that sense, and we also sell ad space. We sell ad space against partner content, as we've talked about, but also all throughout the site. What's fun to think about actually is, and people often forget this, is YouTube is a huge search engine. With a site that is doing 1 billion video views every day, most of the people are finding those videos by searching.
Sure.
So just thinking about that, naturally, we traffic ads on search results pages and things along those lines, and that's another way that we generate revenue.
And that's a really good point too, because just the catalog and to be able to search and turn back send back the search engine results to the viewers, that's an amazing task just in itself. So are you doing contextual type advertising with that?
Yeah, that's actually kind of one of the specialties of Google, who acquired YouTube back in 2006. And Google's sort of the expert in contextual advertising, and not only serving ads against content, but making them as relevant as possible so those ads become useful. And we've made some pretty tremendous strides in terms of incorporating useful ad formats that don't really get in your way, but still provide value for the advertisers who are purchasing that space.
And that really is a good point. I don't mind looking at ads that pertain to what I'm working on at the time. I don't like the banner ads where it says, click this monkey. And I also like the way you do the ads on YouTube because they are kind of innocuous. You can see them if you want to, but yet they're not obtrusive.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I have to agree. The main format of advertising that you'll see on YouTube when you're watching a video, if you're watching a video from a partner, is what we call in-video advertising. And it's essentially kind of a transparent overlay that shows up towards the bottom of the video window. And it's kind of cool. It can be animated. So we've seen, a cool example was when the Simpsons movie was premiering, the studio behind that movie ran an in-video overlay of Homer Simpson chasing a donut across the bottom of the screen. And it goes pretty quick, and it's usually relevant. I think they targeted that against comedy and animation content. So to that audience, it was probably actually kind of a nice surprise. And as a user, you can click on Homer Simpson and see maybe the movie trailer, or you can choose to close that overlay out or just wait a few seconds and it'll just disappear.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you're absolutely right. That is really appropriate for that audience and actually adds entertainment value to the video.
Exactly right.
With YouTube, the thing that I really love about it is you can embed YouTube videos, say, in the Social Media Bible website or the Lon Safko website. And wasn't there a recent change in the quality of the video recently?
So a couple months ago, we released something which we refer to as high quality. And it's essentially a higher quality stream of the video that's been uploaded to YouTube. Without a doubt, there are videos of varying quality, not content-wise, but just visual quality on YouTube. And because it's a platform where actually the content owner is uploading the videos, that for a large part depends on the encoding ability and the way that the content creator has really, treated that video before they upload it. That said, if a content creator is pretty good at what they're doing and they encode the video to a nice high-quality file, when they upload it to YouTube, it looks great. And if the user has opted into the high-quality viewing option, it looks particularly crispy, I guess the word is.
Yeah.
And the challenge there is that, not everyone in the United States or the world, for that matter, because we are absolutely a global site, has a high-speed connection. So, of course, the higher quality the video stream, the slower it's going to stream. If you happen to have a broadband connection, you won't have any problems watching videos in high quality, and you can even use YouTube to bump it up to the full screen viewing mode and sit back and relax, and it looks pretty good.
Those are pretty good. Now, is there an extra fee for the higher quality?
Absolutely not. And for all the tech heads out there, you can upload videos to YouTube up to 1 gigabyte in file size.
Wow.
And as I mentioned earlier, for most accounts, it's a 10-minute cap. If you become a content partner, that cap is removed. And so really you can, if let's say you're a partner and you upload a video 1 gigabyte in file size, it looks really good, Lon. And one thing I'd actually like to mention is,
please,
in addition to viewing content on your laptop or on your desktop computer, which is probably the most common right now, we do a lot of work on the syndication side. What that means is we do partnerships with the likes of Apple. For instance, YouTube has a button on the iPhone where you can watch YouTube videos. We also have a partnership with Apple TV, which is a device that hooks up YouTube streams to your television set. We also have partnerships with a lot of other mobile carriers. And several of the top television manufacturers, as early as this Christmas, are going to be releasing flat-screen television sets with essentially a YouTube button on them. So the content that gets uploaded to YouTube is now available on more screens, than just the computer and the laptop. And it's really empowering from a content creator perspective because with one upload, suddenly you're distributed to all these different places for viewing. So it's a powerful thing, and it's really just a way to, have sort of our mission of every video on every screen.
That really is powerful. Some of the interviews that we've done with mobile and some of the other comment marketing people, and even Karpel Shrivastava was saying that there's 3 cell phones for every human being on the planet. That I thought was absolutely staggering. And in most countries, as you just said, a lot of people don't have broadband. And in some of the third world countries, and even countries like Russia and South America, they can't afford computers. So their entire link to the outside world is through mobile phones.
It's absolutely right. It's kind of a funny story. I spent some time in China about a year ago, and I was in a rural area doing a little hike just for fun. And, I'm trekking up this trail, and here comes this older-looking man on a mule, and he looked like he was from literally like a prehistoric time. And as he passed me, I saw a brand new cell phone on his belt, clipped, and it's probably a better model than I had in my pocket. And it's just you're absolutely right with that.
Yeah, well, let's see, that's pretty slick because without broadband and they can't afford computers and they don't have a place to set them up, the cell phone really becomes their access to the internet. And to be able to access YouTube from a cell phone, I think is just awesome. That's a great application. And you talked earlier about advertising and some of the number of views that some of these videos get. And some of my favorites, of course, and I'm sure you'll recognize Will It Blend, Tom Dixon.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That just absolutely cracks me up. And what a great business success story where he has a $600 blender, puts up his Will It Blend with the rake, generates over 1 million views and sells out every blender in 24 hours. That's a really powerful business marketing tool. Do you see you guys yourselves as a marketing tool?
Absolutely. Creating original content and sharing an ad revenue is one way to approach YouTube. And that's more from an entertainment kind of perspective. Or from a more marketing perspective, I've just been amazed at the way that, companies actually think of clever ways to use YouTube. And Will It Blend is, absolutely one of my favorite examples. I should defer to them, of course, but I did read an article at one point that their sales actually went up 300% as a result of their presence on YouTube.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a marketing effort which essentially costs them nothing. Create a YouTube channel, no cost. Set up a guy on camera with a blender. Okay, they make blenders. It can't be that expensive for them.
Right.
And blend a couple cool things. And they're smart enough to blend things that are kind of hot and in the news. So the new iPhone comes out, and they buy one on the first day, and they blend it. And, of course, people are searching for the iPhone videos and things like that. And just the controversy of, destroying something in a blender that, is so sought after, is something that translates to a lot of video views.
Well, yeah.
So here you have... this is a tremendous marketing tool in YouTube and for companies like Blendtec. And what's interesting, I read a blog post a few months ago from a well-known guy in Silicon Valley who said, I see a future where your marketing can become a profit center. And if you look at Will It Blend, that's a perfect example. So their marketing is clearly driving sales,
right.
But also they're providing original content. So they're certainly welcome to join our partnership program, and if they're comfortable having other ads run against their videos, they can actually make money off of those ads. So kind of interesting situation there.
That is a kind of a clever situation because this morning when I checked, because I use Will It Blend, and particularly the iPhone, because just as you said, it's almost sacrilegious to put a brand new iPhone in, they had 5,487,071 views. Wow, 5.5 million views. And if they partnered with you, did advertising, not only could they make money on the advertising, but they can actually probably even advertise their own company.
Exactly right.
Wow, that's powerful. And then, of course, the favorite that I just had to mention is Jeong Hyung Lim, also known as Fun 2, in his guitar rendition of the Ponchabello's Canon.
Yeah. He's a talented guy. Just in, posting a video to YouTube, showcasing his guitar prowess, it's really opened up a lot of doors for that fellow. I believe we're actually having him at an event that we're doing called YouTube Live.
Wow.
Which is taking place in San Francisco, I think, on the 22nd of November. Sort of a celebration of, examples like that, people that have really just become celebrities in their own right because of simply posting a video to YouTube. One of my favorite examples, Lon, is a young guy named Lucas who has a character that he does on YouTube called Fred. And Lucas is about 15 years old, I think, and he plays this character named Fred, who is a 6-year-old. And the shtick is he's a 6-year-old with anger management problems. And it's kind of one of these things that are really made for kids, but like a lot of like Pixar films, for instance, it's also funny to adults in some way. And it's kind of a bizarre thing. You can see it at youtube.com/Fred, and it's really just taken off like a rocket. I think it's actually the fastest growing channel in YouTube history.
Really?
And Fred is a partner, so he, we traffic ads against his videos, and we share the majority of that ad revenue with him. And he's at a point where he'll post a video, and within a matter of days, that video will have at least 3 million views, I guarantee.
Oh, my goodness.
Oftentimes as high as 8 to 10 million.
Oh, my goodness.
About one video every week, sometimes more.
Oh, my goodness.
There are cable programs, even network television programs, that would die for those numbers.
For sure.
And I think it was the season finale of American Idol that did 35 million viewers.
Right.
Absolutely an impressive feat. And you look at someone like Fred, who uploads a video and gets 3 million views at a minimum. All he has to do is post 10 videos, and he's going to hit that number of American Idol viewership. But don't forget that people are constantly watching his older videos too.
Yeah.
So, it's really a powerful thing, Lon. And I won't get into the details of his partnership, but he's making decent money off of YouTube. It's substantial. And he's naturally being approached by all kinds of brands because he's kind of fitting that tween audience. And so it's fun for me to think that a young kid from middle America is actually creating something that's on par with the likes of some of the biggest network television programs that mankind has ever known.
And isn't that great that you're actually promoting this kid as an entrepreneur? I mean, he's an entrepreneur creating original, viewable, desirable content, and you're providing a channel to build this guy's career.
Yeah, it makes me really happy, actually.
You should be really proud of it. I know that you have to catch a plane, so I'll try to wrap this up. Is there anything else that you'd like to share about YouTube to kind of summarize, to let our listeners know a little bit about any other thoughts that you might have?
A couple things. I would say if you haven't been to YouTube, check it out, youtube.com. Hopefully most of you have seen a video or two. I would encourage anyone that's out there that's been to YouTube maybe casually to go ahead and create an account. It's a free thing to do. Even if you don't intend on uploading any of your own videos, creating an account is actually a great way to really enrich the YouTube experience, because suddenly you can start to comment on videos and you can rate videos and you can build playlists and share your favorites with your friends and stuff like that. And it really kind of takes this kind of casual viewing experience to much more of a enriching, sort of meaningful experience. And that way, if you find maybe video bloggers who are very opinionated that you like hearing about, you can subscribe to their channel. And subscribing is really important. It actually means that every time that channel posts a new video, as a subscriber, you'll be alerted of that video. And so it's a great way to keep tabs on your favorite creators. So, watch some videos, create an account, have fun with it, hopefully upload a couple, and, just look out for the Freds of the world, because there's going to be a lot of them.
I love that. George, thank you. Really, thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking all of the time. And I'd like to thank George Strompolos, Content Partnerships Manager for Google at YouTube, for being here today. George, truly, thank you so very much for taking the time today.
My pleasure, Lon. Take care. I appreciate it. It's good to meet you.
Thank you. This has been Lon Safko, the co-author of the Social Media Bible. Be sure to check out our other valuable social media tactics, tools, and strategies that can be found in the Social Media Bible book, as well as its companion website, www.thesocialmediabible.com. And also check out YouTube for some of the Social Media Bible interviews that we're going to be posting up there. Take advantage of this great marketing tool. And for more information about me, please go visit Lon Safko, www.lonsafko.com. And again, George, truly, thank you for being and sharing all those great ideas with us today.
Likewise. Have a good one.